featuring a series of partner events which will highlight your favorite products, manufacturers, artists, and more. Join us every day at 2 o'clock p.m. from November 1st through December 20th for exciting interviews, live audience Q&As, and a chance to win special prizes. Head over to the Fishman YouTube channel now to subscribe and set your notifications so you don't miss out on any of these events. Hey everyone out there, this is Ken Susi from Fishman, and you're watching the Fishman Partnership Series. So if you don't know what the Fishman Partnership Series is, it's Fishman's way of connecting with our partners. Today we are here with ESP Guitars, and we are actually broadcasting across the Fishman YouTube, the Fishman Facebook, the Fishman Twitch, also the ESP Facebook as well. So if you're watching, we really highly recommend that you guys hang out, ask questions, do what you can to to get our attention, and we'll be here. So far, we have so many great comments and love that you guys are sharing. I'm gonna post it up on the screen right now. Carl's saying hello, Carl. Richard is writing, and so it begins, and cool song. So when you guys ask us a question, we will put it up on the screen if we catch it, and you will answer it on the spot. So for those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Ken Susi. I am the Fishman Fluence brand manager, as well as the guitar player of Unearth. And I've been playing ESP guitars for years now, and I have this cool signature guitar that we're going to be talking about, and we're going to be basically focusing on all the signature models today. So guys, let me introduce my good friend and one of my favorite artist relations guys in the world, Mr. Tony Rauser. How you doing, brother?
What's up, Ken? I'm doing well. How you doing, man?
I'm living the dream right now. We have so many great people here. They're all like, Jan's writing hi. We got Todd over here. Garcia writing hell yeah. Johnny's writing hello. So we got a lot of people watching right now. Let's keep up the love, and people are just saying they love ESP. So I'm sure you do as well.
Oh yeah, we love the love, and definitely love ESP personally. So
nice.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. So what is it that you do at ESP?
So I am the artist relations director here at ESP. And basically my job is to be the point of contact for all of our artists around the world. I work with our signature series artists to design guitars, and also our regular LTD and other product series. So I do a little bit of everything over here.
That's awesome. And you're a player as well as an artist relations guy, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I've been playing guitar for almost 15 years now. I've been playing in metal bands since I was really young, and just a really big guitar nerd and guitar lover myself, definitely.
Nice. We got some guys jumping in here. Jonathan is writing ESP. First guitar I owned, won't be the last. So there's a diehard right there.
Hell yeah, Jonathan.
That's awesome. And Robert saying, cool job, Tony. Do you currently play in a band?
I do. I have a kind of solo project with some of my best friends that I grew up with, and it's a melodic death metal band. We call it The Hunt, and we play a couple shows. Obviously not this year, but we usually do a couple shows a year, and it's kind of a fun little side project that we all do together.
Nice. So I'm wondering this one question. So I know my journey with getting to Fishman, but what was your journey as far as like? Obviously, a lot of people aspire to be either in a band and being a gigging musician, or actually to work for a major company like ESP. And I think it's really cool that you're so young and you have such a high level position there. Tell us about how you got introduced to ESP and how you got a gig there and how it progressed into this amazing role that you have now.
Yeah, sure. So I grew up in Redwood City, California, which is right outside of San Francisco. And I guess my first awareness of ESP became through Metallica, and one of my favorite bands growing up, and really taught me how to play guitar. And that was probably where my first awareness of ESP came from, is just playing those first couple Metallica albums all the way through, and just kind of getting into guitar and the love of metal and music for the first time. Metallica really did that for me. And I moved to Los Angeles in 2011 to attend Musicians Institute. I did the guitar performance and music business program there. And through the business program, I actually got an internship with ESP. So I started out as an intern here. I have done pretty much everything you can do at this company, which is a blessing. Looking back, I really never said no to doing anything when I first started here, because I was just so excited about being here and just learning everything I could about guitars and, everything about ESP. So that's really how I started being an intern. And after being an intern for 6 months, they were very gracious and offered me a job. And so I started out as the artist relations assistant. And through that, I was able to meet and work with all of our artists for many, many years. I've been here for about 8.5 years now, I believe. So yeah, through that's how I started, and just kind of worked my way up, and took over the director position about 3 years ago now. So yeah, that's kind of the summarized version of everything.
That's awesome. Well, Storm Kevin is hopping in right now and saying, I'm an ESP endorsed artist as well, and I can honestly say that the support is tremendous and saved my butt several times right before important tours. Happy to be in the family. You know Storm Kevin?
Hell yeah, that's awesome to hear, Kevin.
What band does Kevin play in?
I believe he does a lot of solo stuff. I forget the name of his band off the top of my head. I don't want to give a wrong answer.
That's awesome. Well, I like this question right here. Sean Miller is asking, so what are we doing here? Well, what we're doing here is Fishman. There's a lot of effort that gets put into Fishman products, such as ESP currently stocks a lot of their guitars with Fishman Fluence pickups. It takes a lot. It takes a lot in order to make a product like that, as well as ESP has such amazing craftsmanship and it's such amazing builder's experience. We are here to showcase our partnership together and also educate you guys, as well as open up the floor for you guys to ask questions about your instruments. That's what we're doing here. But you know what? I think we should stop beating around the bush and talk about the greatest ESP guitar that's ever been built. The KSM-7, the Ken Susi signature 7-string. I know that ESP stands behind that and puts it in press a lot. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking, everybody. Every time I do an interview with ESP, I always tell everybody how great my guitar is.
Nobody sells your guitar better than you can. Right?
Yeah. So, it's tough because you get this mirrored pickguard, and sometimes if you're holding the guitar, you can see your own reflection of selling the guitar at the same time. So let's talk a little bit about my guitar. But before I do, guys, I'm going to play you a song off the most recent Unearth record with this guitar, and then we're going to come back and actually talk about that guitar. Is that cool, Tony?
Absolutely.
All right. This is The Survivalist off of Unearth's new record, Extinctions. Yeah,
Nice.
we're back here with Tony Rauser from ESP. That was Survivalist off of the most recent Unearthed record being played on my Ken Susi signature KSM 7-string. Oh my God. I don't know
Well
what's
done, Ken.
I don't know what's more handsome, you or this guitar.
Probably the guitar.
Exactly. So, Didmer's asking, Ken, when are you live with Fishman? I'm live with Fishman right now. We are broadcasting across the ESP socials as well as the Fishman socials right now. This is a part of our partnership series, and we do these every day at Fishman at around 2 o'clock. So like and subscribe to our page so you don't miss out on any of these. We had a couple questions that were rolling in over here. Trevor's voice amazes me. That's cool. What a banger. You guys. Oh, here it is. I like this one. Justin Peterson. That guitar is stunning. I'm not going to lie. I can't agree more, right? Let me show you a little bit about the guitar real quick, guys. And Tony, you can kind of speak to this too at the same time. You're technically going to be on screen. So guys, this is my signature ESP guitar. Sorry, there's a couple fingerprints. I didn't have time to dust it off. But this is basically what I designed with ESP. I really love this, this mirrored pickguard. Always looks good. This is a mahogany body with an Evertune bridge. We have a maple top and an ebony fretboard, and really, really thin neck. That's what I like about that. For a 7-string, it feels really good. I designed this guitar so anybody can play it, and I put my signature on the back, just so if you guys like me, you guys have that signature. But if not, it's just a normal old guitar. But so
nice unfinished back of the neck.
Yeah, I would like to think it's the most quote-unquote unfinished out of the ESP necks. I'm not sure if that's technically true, but I like to say that. It doesn't have too much finish on the back. Reverse headstock. My favorite part of this guitar is the Fishman Fluence pickups, obviously. I moved from another company a while ago to play Fishman. Sorry, I'm blocking the screen. I just want to see your questions up here. These are a modern 7-string nickel pickups. I'll show you a little bit about them right here. Let me give you guys a closer look right here. Modern 7-string. So guys, basically these are the Fluence modern pickups. These have multiple voicings, and it's built off of this new technology that has a 48-layer thinly sized precision coil inside. So what that allows you is to get multiple voicings, noise cancellation, articulation, the whole 9. These are Fluence pickups, and they are in my ESP signature guitar. But again, in my guitar, the way it's configured is that in the down position is an active voice. In the up position is a passive voice, like a hot rodded voice. And right here in the volume has a push-pull. A lot of people don't know this, but there are guitars out there that are active technically, that, they reduce the gain. So you have a lower output active sound, and that's what this does. If you pull this up, you get a -6 dB gain reduction. So you don't have to go out and buy a separate set of pickups in order to get that awesome sound. So the reason why I came from another company, Tony, as you know, and ever since, this is the only guitar that I play. So I absolutely
the
love
LTD
it.
version, and I can attest to that from seeing many Unearthed shows, and you and Buzz doing backflips on stage and going crazy. But that actual LTD that anybody can buy from any store is the same guitar that you're playing on stage every night. So that's an important point to make.
Correct. And yeah, that's the thing. You guys did, I will show it in a second, but ESP did make me an ESP custom, but I actually play this more. I just absolutely love the way that it sounds. Even acoustically, it sounds fantastic. But so this guitar sold really well, and due to popular demand with your audience, you guys put out this same exact guitar in a 6-string format. And it's super, super handsome. So I don't want to brag too much, but I think my guitar is pretty sick.
It's a good one. It looks pretty awesome. I think a lot of people are liking it as a 6-string version as well, which, like you mentioned, we saw a lot of people asking for that, and kind of talking to dealers and asking for that guitar in a 6-string over the past year or so. That's kind of what started our plan with doing the 6-string, but people seem to really love it so far. It's been doing well this year.
Yeah, as I said, it's one of ESP's top sellers. I mean, The building wouldn't stay open without this guitar. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just totally joking, guys. Totally joking. I love to just joke about how sick my guitar is, but I actually do love mine. Mickey's writing, and I want to read this out loud because I know this will resonate with you. I got my Fishman Fluence classic pickups installed in my ESP E2 Mystique yesterday, and I love them. I didn't expect I would be so excited with the single mode, and I can shred with the humbuckers mode too as well too. So this guy's writing the same thing that you experienced yourself. Like, I sent you a set of our classic pickups, and you were kind of blown away about it. Tell me about what you thought about the Fishman pickups when you first tried them.
Yeah, well, personally, I have always been kind of a fan of more of a classic PAF style pickup, especially with kind of overdriving it and using it in a metal kind of setting. So for me, when you sent me those classics and I put them in one of my Eclipses, I was really blown away with the clarity. First off, just from full 6-string chords and just kind of hearing each individual string really well. So that right off the bat really caught my attention. But then when I went into the hotter PAF mode, that's kind of my sweet spot. I really love that voicing, and with the kind of music that I play, the metal that I play, it really fits my style well. And again, I just really love the clarity, and it's still got that attack, but still a classic kind of warmth that you'd get out of a PAF, but it cuts. So I really do enjoy it. It's the classics are my personal favorite.
The cool thing about the classics that a lot of people don't know is they just assume that all the Fluence pickups are just technically active. But as you know, the Fluence classics are two voiced, but they're passive sounding. So we like to tell everybody how great they are when they, how they sound passive, even though they require power in order to function. Have you noticed the difference between like a regular passive pickup versus a Fluence, classic in itself, like how clean it is and what it does?
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, the first thing that kind of jumped out at me was the cleanness of it, the clarity of just the every string you can just hear the voicing so well. So yeah, to me it's a bit of an upgrade from some pickups that I used in the past, and again, that hot PAF voicing for metal at least I think really works well, to my liking at least. So
nice.
Yeah, I really enjoy those.
Nice. I just got to tease this to everybody that's out there right now before we move on from the Ken Susi signature model. But look at this awesome guitar that ESP made me. I'm so excited about it. I actually had to send them the paint for it because I'm a very picky guy, and I wanted this Desert Sun Yellow Ken Susi signature ESP. So it was made in Japan, and it has like a little handwritten number in the back. You don't want to mess with that. You don't want to mess with this guitar, I'll tell you that much. I don't even let anybody breathe on it around here.
Don't even look at that guitar.
It's not yours. Just don't look at it. So we have a question from Daniel Allen. How long does ESP support signature models? Are they treated differently than ESPs and other products?
Well, we generally treat signature models the same as other products. We are a business. We look at the numbers every year for everything. But the one thing that I'll say about signature models that is a cool thing about them is we really work with our artists to promote these models. So, when it comes to a regular LTD, there's only, a regular model in general, there's only so much we can do to kind of, promote it and do content. And when we have an artist to work with and do, we can talk about ideas and do different things to kind of help really showcase that model and promote it. It really does help the longevity of the model. So yeah, we look at everything kind of the same way, but yeah.
Yeah, I'll say on my behalf, I was working with ESP prior to you working at ESP, and I had a signature out before then. And when I believe you and I put out this model, the one that you guys all currently saw. I mean, when it came time to revamp or refresh my guitar, you guys were super hands-on and very transparent about how what you guys expected and what I expected, and we just worked together so well. And I think the guitar was a success because of our collaboration together, for sure.
Absolutely. And that's maybe a better way to put it, is we are constantly working with our artists to, like you said, we're transparent about things. We want every signature model to be a success, and that does require working collaboration with the artist and with us as a company. So we really are hands-on about that aspect of things, and we do get some really cool, exciting content together with our artists when it comes to signature models. So
nice. Last question about my guitar, and I'll answer this. It says, why 7-strings? Well, funny story is that Unearthed was built on playing 7-strings. Back when 7-strings weren't even cool or they weren't very accessible, we played 7-strings before really anybody had them other than Steve Vai. And, I think Korn had them at the time too, but we were the first kind of band to do chug stuff with sweep arpeggios and whatever. So that's been kind of a constant with us. But I do play a lot of 6-string. I wrote a lot of the new record on a 6-string, and that's when the whole Ken Susi 7-string and 6-string came out. And it was a concept because of that. So I like this question. I'm going to answer it real quick because I don't want it to get lost in the shuffle. Hey, Ken, your signature guitar has a mahogany body. Buzz is an alder body. Can you notice a difference? I'm going to hold up Buzz's guitar. Oh, you know what? I won't even hold it up yet. We're going to talk about Buzz's guitar a little bit, but I want to answer this question. All guitars that have separate woods, I believe, sound different. I mean, Fluence is a good benchmark because all of our pickups from one pickup to the next, there's no inconsistencies, which other pickup companies have. You could grab a, whatever pickup from one company and the same pickup from the same company built on a different day. And because it's wound with that old, copper wire, they vary. It's like me asking you to tie your shoes the same every single time. So with Fishman, you get a good ground point, and then you can taste test the woods of your guitar. So Tony, what do you think is the difference between alder and mahogany? And can you notice a difference in Buzz's guitar versus mine as far as sound?
absolutely. I mean, I think the mahogany just has more of a bassier, kind of more powerful low end kind of sound to it, and the alder generally tends to cut a little more and just be a little more, bright compared to the mahogany. So I would definitely say that there's a difference in tone. Tone wood's very important in any guitar, and like you said, that is a cool thing about Fishman is you get that consistency. So if you are trying to, really hear that difference in tone woods, you can use Fishman's and have a consistent variable, so you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with everything that you just said as far as the wood, taste testing those woods. I find that Buzz's guitar is a little bit more, picky sounding, sharper. Mm-hmm. Christopher's asking a Fluence question. Hey, Ken, how hard is it to install the Fishman recharge pack on your SIG model? Do you have to do any modifications? Actually, I have a nifty secret trick. I don't know if I should be sharing this, but what I do is I take this little pack right here, and I take a router and just open up the hole slightly. And when you ask about the difficulty as far as how to install this battery pack, it's not difficult at all. It's just a couple wires you have to change. And but this right here is super compact, super clean. I put the battery in first, and then I obviously cut the 1/2-inch hole and stick the module in the top, and it plugs in really easily. But what I will say is I don't go through 9 volts anymore. I don't think about, charging my guitar anymore. I used to go play huge shows in front of thousands of people, and my tone would sound weird, and I would think that it was the battery's fault. But now it's this thing gives you a consistent 9 volts for 200 plus hours. Picture being able to play a guitar for 200 hours versus using a 9 volt that dies over time. So I think that's pretty cool.
I'll add something to that as well, because that was one thing that was new for me as well. When I got my first Fishman set, was I put in the rechargeable pack in the guitar, and it was the first time I'd ever seen that or had that on a guitar. So it was a new thing to me, but I'll tell you, it's extremely convenient, especially having coming from using guitars where you'd have to switch batteries constantly, and kind of it's one more thing to think about on your guitar, and especially if you're playing live, you got a lot of things to kind of a checklist to go through. It's I got to check my battery, and it's really easy just to plug in your guitar and let it go, and it charges up, and it's going to be consistent and good. So nice. That is a cool advantage, I'd say. Nice.
Before we move on to the next signature model, Brad's asking, hey Tony, what are the requirements to become an ESP artist?
So we have, if you go to the ESP website, we do have a section of the website in the FAQ where we have kind of a checklist of kind of basic requirements that we ask for artists to consider them as fully endorsed artists. Nice.
Excellent. So same thing with Fluence, we kind of ask for EPK. We want to see that you're touring. We want to see that you're active. But
exactly.
I've been pretty generous over the years as far as giving people comps if they're doing it.
I think I can agree with that. That's just kind of how the industry works. But yeah, if you want some more info, you can check out the FAQ section.
Exactly. So Tori's asking or saying, I have the Stephen Carpenter 607B, the one in purple matte finish. It is by far the best playing neck that I've ever felt, and the bridge pickup is amazing. So, do you agree?
Absolutely. That's one of my favorite Steph models, and we've done a lot over the years, but that matte purple one is just it's a showstopper. It looks and feels amazing, and I'm a fan of Stefan's signature set as well. So yeah, it sounds great in that guitar.
Let's see if I can find it right here. It is not that one. We're gonna have to do a little bit of digging. We got that one right there, and we got this one. Let's keep going. And oh man, last time's the charm.
One more time.
Bang!
There you go.
So there it is. That's the Stephen Carpenter SC607B in purple. Mm-hmm. Here's a front look, and look at that. That's beautiful right there.
Yep. It's a beautiful guitar.
Let's talk a little bit about what that guitar is made of. What's in it.
Yeah. So I mean, Steph needs no introduction, but he is one of the first signature series artists that started playing 7-strings and really was one of our first 7-string players. But this is the current version of his 607 model, and it has a mahogany body with a baritone scale. It is a neck-through construction. It features a Macassar ebony fretboard, and it has 24 extra jumbo frets. And it comes with Steph's signature Fishman Fluence pickups in his signature pickup configuration.
That's awesome. And he has other guitars, which I was just kind of showing on the screen. Yeah. I mean, this one right here is beautiful. What is that? What are we looking at here?
So that is the 608B. So that is his current LTD 8-string, which comes in just a beautiful red sparkle finish. The factory really did an amazing job with these, and we're really excited with how all of them turned out. They're showstoppers for sure. And yeah, that 8-string.
I love to talk about Steph's pickups because, guys, if you could see out there, Steph's pickups have this like line on the Fluence pickups where it's like, we call it the Fluence Eck line. Those glow in the dark. A lot of people don't know, but if you look at this right now, the pickups are like white in the center. Those are not just a white strip. That is actual glow in the dark, and he was like super stoked to do that with us. But let's look at a couple other models right here. Which one is this?
So that is his ESP version, and the ESP version of the 608. But just to add a little tidbit to what you just said, I know Steph loves the glow in the dark on his pickups. We actually made him a custom shop glow in the dark guitar to go along with those pickups.
See?
I don't know if you ever saw that, Ken, but yeah, they looked really cool with those pickups when we turned off the lights.
I don't have a glow in the dark guitar, so I might need one as well.
We can talk about that later.
Yeah, exactly. Last Steph question guitar right here to show is the Steph T7B. So this is another ESP, correct?
Yes, so that is his TE style guitar, and one of my favorite Steph models, to be honest with you. I love the 7-string version with that kind of classic body shape and the pick guard with Steph's pickup configuration. It's a beautiful guitar, and those things are tanks. And anybody who has even an LTD version of that guitar will tell you it is they're very well built, and they're very weighted, strong, durable guitars.
I agree. All Steph's guitars are great, and he's one of the main reasons why I wanted to join with ESP, just because they're so great. Tree is writing, that Steph guitar is sick. I like the one humbucker version of the guitar. That's awesome. I wish I had this guitar back in the day. It kills sevens. I played this to the point. So good. Yeah, it seems like we have a lot of Steph fans in the house. I got the SC608B recently. I love this guitar. So, guys, we really appreciate all the love here. And
Definitely.
I love my ESP LTDs with my EC1000 Fishmans. They are amazing. So, there you go. I think we should move on. One of my good friends and artists, I'd like to play a quick video, but this guy needs no introduction, and he's one of the greatest. Mr. Will Adler from Lamb of God. Let's talk about his warbird, but first let me play this quick video for you guys to see his warbird guitar, his ESP warbird. was a hot video right there. So let's look at this guitar, the Will Adler Warbird. Let's talk about the big boy first. I absolutely love this like ESP made Warbird guitar. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite guitars we've ever made, and if you ever see one of these in person, it is just a beautiful, beautiful guitar. But to give you a little bit of backstory, Will's original idea with this was he wanted to get a guitar built that was a Warbird, but looked like the bottom of a very well-used skateboard. So that was Will's original idea with this, and through a very rigorous process at the custom shop, we figured out how to achieve that look, and it is really just, it's a beautiful guitar, and it's a piece of art, really. Every single one is done by hand and is extremely unique. Each one is different, and they look just amazing. So it's a beautiful guitar, and also the one thing I love about this too is it's one of the only neck-through Eclipses as well. So it's a unique construction spec on that guitar as well.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, I gotta say, even before we move on with this, just this guitar, Will Adler has been my friend for 20 years now. He's one of the greatest guys ever to hang out with.
One of the best guys ever. Love Willie.
And we have this other model. It's the WA Warbird. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so this is Will's LTD signature guitar. This is more of a classic Eclipse. It's got 22 frets and with the Fishman Modern set, and it's also got an unfinished satin neck, kind of like your guitar, Ken. So that is a unique feature on that guitar that is very, very comfortable.
I can't wait to tell Will he copied me. That's great.
Yeah.
Mike is asking, hey, Ken, can you break down the features in the Will Adler signature Fishman set? Yes. So Will Adler's signature Fishman set is basically, Will came from another company, and he's used to passive tones. That was like his big thing, like aggressive passive tones. So what we did was we sent him some Fluence Moderns. He absolutely loved them. But then we wanted to work on something specific for him. And Will Adler was just like, listen, I need this, I need this, I need this. So he wanted the modern sound, but he also then wanted to go with his original Lamb of God, idealized passive tone. So we made a pickup that actually had, like, if you think of a pickup like this, there's like inside of modern humbuckers, there's two blades inside of it. He wanted the chaos of a passive pickup, which was, pole pieces, and then a blade in the inside for that smoothness. So we made this pickup that's kind of, we call it a hybrid. And voice 1 is his quintessential Lamb of God passive sound. It's very aggressive, but super, super passive. And voice 2 is our modern, but with that hybrid configuration. So that was a lot. That's a lot of information.
That was a good explanation.
Yeah, exactly. When will the Warbird have its signature Fluence pickups? They already do. So if you buy an ESP, correct, they come with his pickups?
Correct. They come with those beautiful distressed gold-covered Fishmans with the Warbird etched in. Yeah.
Yeah. So Sir Khan's writing, I recently got a 5-string fretless ESP, incredibly beautiful guitar, great tone and quality. My first fretless instrument. Will definitely be getting more ESP guitars in the future. Actually, to this point, thank you, for that. John Campbell is actually, the bass player of Lamb of God, is using the Fishman bass pickups.
Correct.
So you want to talk about the switch there a little bit, like what happened?
Well, I think maybe you could talk about his switching over a little bit more than I could, but I know he does enjoy the pickups a lot, and John's signature bass. So I'll leave you to answer that question, Ken.
Yeah, the Fishman Fluence bass pickups are super versatile. You got like that active sound that you've always wanted. You get that mid contour, which is a scooped kind of that active sound, but has that great like sucked out mids, and then it has a very vintage style sound in position 1. And you could split either one of those combinations and stuff. And once I sent them to John Campbell from Lamb of God, he was like losing his mind, and now he's like, he said it best. He said it sounds like you go get a home stereo or like some booming home stereo, and you think it's good, and then you see like the next you know, the neck stereo, and you hear, you know, like you go to the store and you press the buttons and you try them all out, and it's like that next level one. So John Campbell said it best. So he's using Fishman Fluence as well with his ESP signature bass. Let's move on to another great signature artist that uses Fluence, Mr. Nurgle from Behemoth. Let's watch his little video real quick, guys. This is Nurgle's signature guitar, the NS6. All I gotta say is Nurgle is one badass.
He's a badass.
He really is. Tell us a little bit about how awesome this guitar is, because what I'm noticing is that this guitar totally sets itself aside completely from the rest of the ESP models that are currently out.
You're very correct about that. So Nurgle's model, the current LTD NS6, this is actually a totally unique take on an ESP stream body, and it's actually the only stream body in the product line. So what Nurgle did with this one was, this is a stream body with a more of a classic Phoenix headstock. It's got a mahogany body with a 25.5-inch scale. It's to me, it's just a really classy looking metal guitar, and it's got a lot of modern kind of appointments to it, and the modern Fishmans are definitely, you know, huge advantage on this guitar, with a lot of different tones you can get out of those. But the one thing I'll say about this guitar as well is it is extremely comfortable to play, whether you're standing or sitting. It's very well balanced, and all the ones that I have personally played have just been really easy and just felt great playing.
That's awesome. Yeah, Phil Dollinger's stepping in saying Fishman bass pickups are amazing. Thank you very much. Yeah, so I agree with you. Like, the Fluence Moderns definitely add to this guitar, but that's complete matte black, like black on black. The headstock is unique. I mean, just looking at this guitar, it makes you just want to do bad things, right? It just makes you want to, like, yeah, burn stuff and riot. It's just one of those guitars that you got to be a badass to play it. So
agreed.
All right, let's move over to the next artist. Over here is Mila Petrosli from Creator. I love this guitar. I got a chance to play this when I did a demo for ESP, showing off his guitars. But talk a little bit about this guitar.
Yeah, I remember that. This is a awesome signature guitar for Mille, the MK600. Fun fact about this guitar is this is the only double arrow in the product line. So if you notice, all the other arrows we have a shorter lower horn. So this one is they're the same distance, and we call it the double arrow for Mille. But yeah, this is a great looking, just badass black satin V guitar with the Fishman Moderns in there. And the one thing that's cool that I like about this guitar, and it's a little different, is he has a mini switch to go in between the modern and passive tones. So for me personally, I like that a lot. It's a little easier for me just to hit that and switch voicings, but that's a cool feature on this one.
Yeah, just so you guys know out there, you know, Fishman is known for having, you know, the kit comes with all the things you need to install it, but, you know, we give you push-pulls. But if you choose to use a mini toggle, just like this guitar, I mean, as you can see next to the volume switch, he can go from voice 1 to voice 2, or if there's a split coil, that'd be in the 3. But yeah, this is amazing. This looks like a two-way switch, and he's using Fluence Moderns. That's a great little feature right there. We already checked out the Ken Susi model. I mean, I'm just going to show this guitar one more time because I think it's beautiful. Look at that, guys. If you don't own this, you guys are just crazy. But Let's talk about. Oh, actually, let's take a couple questions right here. Any chance of a new Paige Hamilton?
Oh, I guess I would have to ask Paige about that, but nothing in the works right now.
All right, we'll call Paige in 10 minutes and ask. Just stay to the end. We'll call Paige live.
We'll conference him in at the end of this.
Yes, metal. They were showing a lot of signature models right now. Metal saying hi. Looks fierce. I believe he was talking about the Miller guitar. Yep. Very interesting design to play standing up. You were going there. Okay. Let's do one of my favorite artists. Javier Reyes from Animals as Leaders. Tell us about this guitar.
Yeah, this is a very unique signature guitar. This is the LTD JR608. And I believe this year, in 2020, it is updated with Javier's signature Fishman Fluence pickup set. But to give you a quick rundown of the guitar, it is a Mystique body shape with obviously an 8-string design. It has a baritone scale length, and it has a really nice 5-piece neck. It's a walnut, maple, and Paduke. And this guitar also features a Graphtec Tusk nut. And also those signature pickups are direct mount. And yeah, just an extremely classy looking guitar. I personally really love this one as well. We updated the back of it, which you can see right there, to having a satin finish. So if you look at the guitar from the front, it looks like a gloss, and it is gloss, and it looks really good on stage and has that kind of reflection in the stage lights. But the back is all satin, so the neck just feels really comfortable and nice to play. And that was more of a recent upgrade we did in the past 2 years, I believe. So.
Those are unbelievable. And yes, as Tony just said, all the SIG, well, right here, he's writing, all the SIG Fluence pickups are great. I really appreciate that very much. Javier's pickups are really fantastic. He has a definitely highly relying on passive sound solely. His voice one is like, super, aggressive Animals as Leaders. It's not too overwound, but it's not really in the mid section. So it's hot enough. And voice 2 is very laid back with a, almost like a jazz box feel. Super interesting set of pickups, and the split coil sound is absolutely amazing. So Javier Reyes, signature Fluence pickups are amazing. Signature guitar. Absolutely love Javier Reyes as a person and as a player.
Agreed.
I love this. Gorgeous, but too many strings for me. Well, I think
too many for me too. It's a great looking guitar.
Exactly.
If you can handle an 8, it's maybe the best 8-string you can get for the price. So
yeah. So Jax, also, I'm gonna say this: like, once you master the 6-string guitar, there's just one more step to go up. You go up to 7 and then 8. So if you just master the guitar, and you won't have that problem.
Easy enough.
So let's move on to the next model. I'm absolutely loving this, and I know it's behind you. The Ben Wyman Signature Series guitar. Let's show it behind you, though. Let's show it behind you first. Look at that.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, see? Tony plays favorites at ESP. I'm just letting you know. Like, you walk into his office, you feel big time. You're in LA. You're like, oh, I wonder if my guitar is plastered all over the wall having a signature. But no, it's Ben Wyman's. So tell us why you love that guitar.
I switch it out when you come by, Ken. I put nothing but Ken Susi models in the building when you come by. You remember that, right?
It's sympathy hangs. You're just hanging my guitar for sympathy.
Whatever makes you feel better, yeah.
Exactly. Tell us about what I know. Ben's pickups are the Fluence Modern nickel pickups, but tell us a little bit about this guitar.
Yeah, so this is another really unique signature model. This one has been around for a while, and it's an X-tone body with a neck-through construction. It's got an Evertune bridge, and it's a 25.5-inch scale. But this is just a really innovative design that Ben came up with, and it's really just a great guitar for live, for playing live and in the studio. It's a very classy looking guitar, in my opinion, and I feel like you can play it in a lot of different settings. But yeah, super comfortable, very unique sounding guitar as well with the X-tone body. But yeah, that's basically what's going on with that one.
Yeah, someone someone's writing right here, and I think they may be mistaken, but that Ben Wyman, talk about the jack in the back. I don't believe this guitar has a jack in the back, right?
It does not.
Yeah, so the jack is in its normal position, just as you can see in the bottom right there. Yeah. So yes, so that is that. So how did Ben? This is the most unique guitar. I mean, like, how did Ben just? I mean, I've seen him play ESP for years, and he's always had a solid body guitar. What made him? Do you know what made him switch over to like a semi hollow?
We had sent him some of our X-Tone guitars from several years ago that we were still making back then, and he just really liked the that kind of sound that you get out of that kind of X-Tone guitar. And at the same time, he was still, we were still talking about Evertune as a very new thing that has kind of just come around. And Ben was one of the first artists to really embrace that and bring it to us and say, this is something that I really want to use on my guitar. And, he was really excited about it. And all of these different kind of new features kind of came together, and the trend continued, as you can see with the guitar you're holding up. But yeah, that's kind of the story with that.
Yeah, and Jake is writing, Ken, you dig Evertune? I totally dig Evertune because it actually plays like a normal guitar once you set it up correctly at the bend stop properly. But if you want to like detune it, you get like 4 or 5 steps where, like, if I would bend the string like this, it wouldn't go out of tune at all. So absolutely awesome. And I'm going to agree right here with Philip saying these inlays look awesome. So Ben's inlays, I think, are pretty sick. I'm going to show them one more time. Just, guys, check out this inlays. It's great.
Yeah.
It just looks unique.
It's unique, and it's very Ben. It's almost like kind of reminds me of like some kind of numerical sequence, but it's appropriate, and yeah, it looks classy on the guitar as well. Really like how this one turned out.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm kind of saving the two best for last. Brian Head Welch from Korn.
Yeah.
He was late. I gotta say one thing first though. This guy, I wake up one morning, and Head was using this guitar on Instagram. Like, literally, you guys sent him one of my guitars, and my phone was blowing up one morning. Like, oh my God, Head's, look at Head's guitar. It looks like yours, and I'm like, it is mine. And and then shortly after, he came up with this awesome purple looking Horizon style. I believe it's a Horizon shape guitar. Tell us about this.
Yeah, and I remember sending Brian your guitar back when we were first starting to talk, because we were still talking about and designing this current one. And yeah, so basically the story with this guitar is it is a modified Horizon body. So if you can see, the horns are slightly narrower than a normal Horizon body, but it's a basswood body as well, which is a little different than other models, but it has a basswood body with a maple cap. It's got a 25.5-inch scale, and it's got those brushed black chrome Fishman moderns in there, which look just awesome with this finish. They really go well with kind of the whole aesthetic of the guitar. So
that's awesome. Yeah. And just like right here, Jake is asking Evertune as well. So he has an Evertune too.
Oh, yes. Can't forget the most important part. Yeah. It does feature an Evertune bridge.
So that's awesome, guy. I mean, I think it's amazing that he was using, he was out of the music game for a little while, or just kind of in hiatus, and then he came back, and then he comes back with this awesome ESP guitar. You guys must have been super psyched to get him on your roster.
Absolutely. And he was great to work with, and just a super, he was really excited about the guitar. And I remember when we got the final prototype in his hands, we brought it to him at a show here in LA, and just right off the bat, he loved it. And it was a great process working with him, and we'd love having him part of the family. Absolutely.
Awesome. Alan, do not be scared to try an Evertune bridge.
Don't be scared.
It's a little bit like out of your comfort zone as far as what you know a guitar to be, but if you're looking for a guitar that's in tune, I can tell you that when I first got an Evertune guitar, I played it. I said to myself, I'm going to wait for this to either go out of tune or the strings to fall off. And 3.5 weeks later, the strings start flying off, and I was like, yes, finally, I could change the strings on my guitar. So it took 3 weeks for rusty strings to go out of tune.
You can do it that way.
Exactly.
I always describe it to people too as like, you know, the first time you try to set up a Floyd or something, it's like it's a different beast. But it has a lot of advantages for sure. Evertune, you know, it works. And anybody who's scared to try it, I would say, don't be. Give it a shot. You might just fall in love.
Yeah. I'm going to just put this up here. You don't have to answer it, but let's just say, will there be a 6-string version of Head's guitar just like Ken's? I'm going to say, who knows? Who knows? I'm just throwing that out in the universe. I'm not going to ask Tony to answer that question. It's not going to happen.
Who knows?
Can Evertune can do drop B as well? Yes. Evertune, you could set up an Evertune any way you want. Just know how to set it up.
We've done tunings way lower than that for Evertunes, and they hold up.
That's a sick brag. So I do love my 6-string. We have one more guitar to show off, and I will play this one before we get it going. I'll show you a video, and then we'll come back and I'll play a song. But this is the BUZ Buzz McGrath, the man in Unearth. His guitar. This thing looks sick. I have one. ESP was nice enough to send me one. Let me play a song, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about this very guitar.
Yeah.
That thing plays like a Lamborghini.
Nice Floyd work. Nice additional Floyd work in there.
Every time I touch a Floyd Rose, it's like I just got released from jail. I just gotta do it. But Christopher is saying, I do love the way the back of the neck looks on Buzz's guitar. Yeah, so the back of the neck is super thin. And I like the way it looks too. It's got that double. Is this a double truss rod or like what's the deal?
It's actually a 5-piece neck.
Ooh.
So it's got a maple and walnut neck.
Yeah, and I call this the fat guy input jack, so it doesn't hit your, hits your, just like fits right in there if you have a belly.
Yeah, that is a unique one on there.
Yeah, I love being an ESP artist because I get these cool guitars. But this finish is so sick. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so it's got a quilt maple top on there, and it is just, that one especially looks great. But I haven't seen many that don't look on that level. So it's a beautiful looking guitar. It's got a see-through black finish, but again, that quilt maple top and extra thin U neck, and it's just a little bit, it's a slightly thinner body.
Yep.
Width-wise than other Horizons, so that is unique about that one. And then that custom back jack that Ken mentioned earlier is unique on that guitar as well.
Yeah, so for just Alex is asking right now, thinner than yours, Ken? Yeah, this guitar is super thin. It just reminds me of like just a really thin, nice guitar. But the cool thing about it is as I'm touching it, it's like it's still got weight to it even though it's thin. So I think that's pretty cool. Reverse headstock, LTD BUZ7 has a signature on the back. No, just little fret dots up here, so it's nothing too crazy. Anybody can own this guitar and play it.
Really? Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I gotta say this guitar is super sweet. Has Fishman Fluent Steph Carpenter pickups. So the story behind this is that Buzz really liked this glow in the dark aesthetic, and he did like Steph's pickups a whole bunch. And we had to call Steph. And I remember feeling like it's one of the first things that I knew Steph at the time. We just had a new relationship, but I'm like, yo, the guitar player in my band wants to really like use your pickups, and he's like, and I'm like, is that cool? And Steph's like, yo, man, let's just spread the love, let's just do this. And Buzz was so psyched, and Steph was so cool about it. So this is the only other ESP I believe with Steph Carpenter pickups in it, other than Steph's models, right?
That is a very good point. Yeah, that is a unique feature on that one. He is using the Steph set, so nobody else is using that but Steph. Yep.
And Sergio's writing official Floyd. This is a Floyd Rose, correct?
Correct.
So there you go, guys. This is a great guitar. Absolutely love it. I wouldn't have asked for one if I didn't think it was amazing. But so you know what? Like I think we're over our time, but I think we smashed it all into an hour.
I think we got through everything.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna address everybody. Tony, thank you so much for joining us today. Obviously, you're one of the best artist relations guys in the business. I'm so happy to be here with you. I'm so happy to be a signature artist at ESP, and you and your whole company has treated me so well. And I just wanted to say that on live air.
Well, thank you for the kind words, Ken. We love having you part of the family in all seriousness. We have a lot of fun, but love working with you, and I love the model we made together, and let's keep it going.
That's awesome. Hang tight. I'm just gonna address everybody and get out clean. Guys, this was the Fishman Partnership Series. Today we were broadcasting live with ESP Guitars. This was such a great live stream just because we got to talk the specific company that I personally work with, as well as Fluence pickups in ESP Guitars. It just makes sense all the way around. We go live every day at 2:00 p.m. On most weekdays. If you guys haven't subscribed to our channel, head over to the Fishman YouTube, click the like and subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of these events. And definitely make sure, if you're watching or if you're heading over to the ESP Facebook, make sure to like and subscribe to that page as well too. There's always great things happening. So guys, I'll see you tomorrow. We have another very special guest tomorrow, but I will release who that is tomorrow morning. Guys, thank you. We'll see you soon.